Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and put more likes on our page as we're starting our new season. Hashtag 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢𝐭. 𝐏𝐤𝐭𝐜𝐡𝐬𝐢. The season is ours. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to another exciting and new season, the Pitchside Podcast.
Pitchside, coach. Is it Pitchside
Podcast.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Wait. That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
Is that a new language?
We are from the USA, man. We are back from the USA, so everything is popping.
Everything's popping. Coach, is everything popping with you?
Everything is popping. Everything is popping. Under the sun pumps everything.
I like that. Give me the pump.
Boss, because
That's it.
Man, it's exciting times, right? It's exciting times. New season, as I've said. The energy is there. Oh, by the way, guys, you look beautiful. You look beautiful.
Look at how I feel.
The kid looks. The coach used another way. The kid looks beautiful, and it looks beautiful. As a player, you feel good. As a coach, you feel
light.
good. You touch it, you know for sure that I can present, I can play. And I think when they say, you know the slogan, when you look good, you play good.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I think so. It's very important that you look sharp, that you look nice. Players like to look nice. And I also like the players to be in that mood, feeling that we are beautiful, we are nice, we dress well, we represent well the image of the club, and we perform.
100%. I mean, Sugar, already, it's about to start. Things are about to get heated. And, we're at the stages of pre-season. And before touching on the pre-season, last season for us, you look at the incredible numbers that we did under Coach Miguel. It was exceptional numbers. Him having to come in a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, what I wanted to know from the coach is, were you really intimidated coming to a caliber of a team like Mamelodi Sundowns?
No, I was pretty excited. The opportunity to enter the club, and after experience playing against Sundowns, knowing the quality, the caliber of the club, the level of the players, the level that the club has in terms of values, in terms of principles, the way people relate with each other. That was for me absolutely outstanding to enter this reality. And the excitement I had in the first day is still the excitement that I feel every day when I wake up to work.
Yeah. And look, the season panned out slowly. Of course, you're trying to adjust to the system, you're trying to adjust to the players, and it got to a point where you had to jump in immediately. And in a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, your job is to win games. Not only win games during the match game, but you win games even during training sessions. And having to have these players compete, how then you find that adjustment, of course, having been outside, not comparing from where you come from, but then immediately jumping in and saying, these are the people that I'm going to coach. These are the human beings more than anything. And I think we forget to touch on the other side of you being a human being before you can coach these people. It's you accept that I'm a human being and I'm presenting myself to these human beings also.
You touch the heart of the questions, because sometimes people think football is 1 + 1 = 2, and it's not like that, because football is played by human beings that have emotions, and when the emotions are the ones that help you to play well, things flow. And the first thing we had to do was exactly try to get the right ambience, the right relation, know the players, create relation with them, create the proper ambience, make everybody feel comfortable with us being here. And I think that obviously was very important to do in the first moment. Nowadays we feel family. And that sense of family brings you trust.
True.
You trust your family more than anyone else.
100%.
You accept the wrong moment or not the best moments from family in a different way. We work together to change them. So that spirit is nowadays the living spirit that we have. And I think it has helped us to achieve performance, and it will help us in the future to continue on that way for sure.
I like how you say it, Coach, where you say that there is a lot of emotion. And with the kind of players that we have at Mamelodi Sundowns, we've got superstars, many players, anybody could play. But at the same time, we always need to make people aware outside as well, our supporters, everybody who's watching the game, to understand that as much as we've got so many good players, there are only selected few that can play. And it comes back to what you're saying, that once the emotions are there and we become a family, players begin to understand that the one who is playing is the one we must support, because tomorrow is your chance to be in the field and you'll also need the support. I just always like how the energy that you always emphasize to say, be ready for your chance.
Yes.
The day you get the chance, play, because everybody will get a chance, because Mamelodi Sundowns, you've got so many good players and anybody can play. But at that moment, there's a season and time where the games best suit a player like me. Maybe you can...
I think you could still help, Sugar. I'm sure. Just a matter of starting the process and we would go on. No, it's absolutely correct. The squad is a quality squad. There are no number ones or number twos. There's a group that works together for the objectives, and everybody must be ready. Of course, that there are choices that have to be done by the coach, and in the end, there will always be players that will play much more than others, because that's a reality. We cannot escape from that. But thinking that because of that you don't have trust on the other ones is exactly the mistake that people can do. And for a player, the same. I always tell them, please trust. Of course, I will choose, and when you choose, you already make mistakes, 100%. Because for people that look from the other sides, they think that we are choosing and we are making mistakes. But what I think we proved throughout the season is that there is space for everybody. And the demands from the calendar, from the fixtures, the demands from the games, the suspensions that happen, the injuries that unfortunately, as much as we were to reduce them, they also happen, bring opportunities, part of the game. We need to change players. And the state of readiness for the change is what will speak for the player.
100%.
On the chance he has, perform. Because if he gives a positive answer, then he's stating himself, I'm ready. Please open more opportunities for me. And I think that helped us throughout the season to also build this sense of mutual trust. Mutual trust.
So we move along now. We look at the season. You being nominated, having walked away with Coach of the Month on a couple of occasions. And then that itself, it showed consistency overall as a team, because a coach is only a coach, but then he has representatives, of course, which is the players that make your job look outstanding, which we have to applaud that. All departments, they marry one another. But you having to excel, that confidence also as a coach, as I said, as a human being, there's a part of you that gives you a bit of, you know what, I'm actually doing the right things. You know, I'm excelling, Coach of the Month, consistency, having to be nominated, Coach of the Season at the same time. How that makes you feel?
You state exactly what I think. I'm just the face of the work of a lot of people. First of all, being nominated myself, of course, gives the people that brought me inside the club the sense that they chose well. Because when a coach also succeeds, it's the fact that also makes people in the club understand that we are on the right way. But for me personally, it just has value because it means that my players succeeded.
Yeah, true.
I never worry about individual recognition at all, because I know that what I need to do is put the team to win. Because the good things on me will come as a consequence. So I don't need to focus on that. And I don't have any doubts that what is important is to make the players successful, make the players happy, make them win matches. And then whatever exists that comes on the head of the coach, on the name of the coach, is just exactly the consequence of that. They should be split between all the technical staff, but all the stuff around, because there's a lot of people that don't have faces in terms of public that are so important for us. It's a big teamwork, a big one. But ultimately, it's the work of the boys, the players.
I like the fact that you're also extending your appreciation to the people that we don't see, that play a big part of you and I wearing this jersey. Someone preparing that uniform for you to excel. And also those people, they make you look good. They play a part for this accolade to be, to be celebrated.
For sure.
So it's beautiful to see these things, and consistency also. And I look at the numbers. I think for me, the numbers also show a good ratio of you having to win most of the games. The games that you have won, I think you've won
scoring a lot of goals.
I think this far you have been doing 32 games, but the ratio shows 80%, and it can get better in terms of the ratio getting to one day 100%. You like to see yourself doing 100 out of 100. Yes, I mean, it's possible. It's the end goal.
It's a big challenge to make a championship without losses. It would be fantastic and a big challenge. I think we need to understand that throughout the years, also the other teams are getting stronger and stronger, in developing conditions, trying to choose better players, trying to develop their academies. So I think that, and it's clear to see that work being done in South Africa now that I'm here already for 8 months. But that should not take from us the ambition to try to achieve high standards and looking for the best. I always say, if we aim to the top, even if you don't arrive there, you'll be so close to it that you still will be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly the mindset that we need to continue to develop. Not stand on what we did, but always look for what you can do, because it's a process that restarts. So nothing that we are still winning trophies, these individual awards. Let's hope we pick a lot of them.
All of
but
them.
it comes from the work that we already did. That was the first message I told the players. Look, what we did, we are still getting from it, but we need to start working on what we're going to get.
Yeah, true.
And also, we should not sit on the Club's World Cup performance, but just take it as a standard for us to start and go forward.
Become better.
Yes, exactly. So ambition.
Coach, you
what we
said
need to have.
when you first came, you mentioned something, and it has always been ringing in my mind. You said you came into a team that is good, but there is always room to become better and better.
Yes.
And throughout the time, we've seen how the team has slowly became, in fact, not even slowly, it was so quick that it was ready to compete at the Club World Cup. Just as you mentioned, you mentioned, though we are doing well, though we are winning, but there is a standard that we need to live up to. And when we went to the Club World Cup, you could see the confidence, the way in which the boys were playing confidently against players, teams globally, that the whole world now recognizes their style and the confidence play that Mamelodi Sundowns brings.
Look, I think it's clear and important to tell everybody that after the Champions League final, there was a sense, there was a pain from defeat, but was a sense of unsatisfaction that came from the fact that we understood that we didn't play the way we should have played. So when we went in the USA, not only we had to heal the bruises and the wounds, we had to heal them, the heart that was bleeding, but we needed to go back to the best we could do.
True.
Because we finished the championship in such a standard that we could not accept that we had 2 matches where we were not ourselves. And because of that we lost, no doubts. Whatever happened, higher pressure, maybe too much pressure, maybe whatever it was, we were not on our level. And we had to change it. So the commitment that we tried to create between coaches and players was exactly understand where we were, that something happened to us, but from there move to where we want to be. And it was a clear message from all of us. We need to show the world who we are. We cannot lose this opportunity, because then we want to regret it. So we started the Club's World Cup on the first match with Ulsan with that clear purpose. Everybody remembers how we started that match. We could have scored on the first action, pressing the kickoff from Ulsan. Exactly. And that was immediately the starting point for the offensive capacity we wanted to show. The capacity to approach us for the best of Mamelodi Sundowns style and the best of the qualities of the players and the best we could do as a team. And I have to confess, I enjoy so much being coach of this team in the World Cup. So much.
Look, I think even from the outside, watching from a distance, where then you went on to Borussia Dortmund, which now people started to like take attention of Mamelodi Sundowns. Who's Mamelodi Sundowns? Exactly. I think that was the beauty from this tournament, that recognition whereby it was there, but until a certain few games, people started to rave about Mamelodi Sundowns and started to give Mamelodi Sundowns an accent of what is this Mamelodi Sundowns? What is this Mamelodi Sundowns? And one would have to, of course, speak about the goal. That was a team goal from Ribeiro, which I say it was a team goal because he came from different departments to find himself in that space where you say now the potential comes in, but the coaching comes from the coach himself and saying, where you start, this is where you start. Arriving at the right time, which is now the coaching comes in. And then that individual brilliance came in. And I think that goal having to be the goal of the tournament.
That goal was fantastic. That goal makes me so proud. And
should be.
And there's a lot of people showing the goal around the world. In Portugal, it passed in all the TVs. Because the image that you see is basically the end of the action, the individual action from Lucas that is outstanding, of course. But what happened before?
How?
It's
The how.
unbelievable
The
because
how.
we were so high on the pitch, playing against a so narrow low block from Borussia. We had no way to enter. We had to attract them, create spaces. We bring the ball back. The ball enters on row, and he finds the left with a fantastic jump in the high pressure.
Yep.
Then we find Lucas in the half spaces, and from there not Lucas before Tashrik and Lucas then in
comes
between
into
lines
space, yeah.
to allow Lucas to make. And this is very beautiful because Lucas' positioning is a position of a clear number 10, being
Perfect
number 10
area.
on that match to Temba that dropped to other positions. So
Number
this also
8.
speaks about the mobility that the team has. One thing that I always tell, we don't play positional game. We play related to the spaces that we create.
True. Yeah.
And we use the spaces. And then there was a space on the back of that defense that we had to explore, and we did it. So yeah, it
also
has
like
a lot
the-
of our football, of our trainings there.
Yeah, and I like how then Matthews also drove in the central defender who they were playing 3. He made him come closer. and
Exactly.
He was
We
a
found
build
more
up.
joy on the right-hand side, whereby we could have had so many chances. Even then, after we had conceded the first goal, which came 1-1, we had more opportunities.
Yes.
That's why now it brings me to this question in saying, then it comes to a level of saying, we don't take our chances. They take their chance in terms of having that extra clinical ability. We learn that. I think we could be on another level of getting better, because that was the difference. You get them, they get one opportunity inside the box. The young Bellingham gets the ball, control it, clean, finishes it.
Yeah.
You get a couple of opportunities with us. There and there.
Yes.
But
yes.
now the change of...
And we were so penalized by that.
Yes.
At halftime,
Yes.
you go inside the locker room. I was behind the players, seeing them walking in, and I was trying to think what they were thinking. And imagine for a player, understanding that he plays so well the first half and be losing 3-1.
Yeah, that
And you
makes
say,
sense.
but football is like that. Football is very objective.
Yeah.
And we need to get that sense of objectivity.
Yeah.
Because we created more chances on the World Cup than even usually we do
Yeah.
against stronger teams
Yeah.
that we played.
Yeah.
But in some moments we didn't capitalize.
Yeah.
And because of that, we could not basically take the advantage because we could be winning 2-0.
True.
And 2-0 makes a strong impact, emotional, on an
into
opponent. On an
halftime,
opponent.
yeah.
Because you can go on the halftime. Imagine you go on the halftime with
Yeah.
a 2-0. With that hit, maybe
Yeah,
you
those
can,
conditions
you can
were
win
very
that
difficult
match.
on the
Maybe
day
you can,
also.
maybe you can win that match because you play football. You understand that when a game starts wrong for a team, it's very
It's
difficult,
very
to,
difficult to turn it
to
around.
turn it
and-
around.
Yeah.
But that also must make us stronger.
100%.
What I like, Coach, honestly, is from my side, is to see how the team keeps on playing until the last whistle. In the first minute of the game, you are trying to score. Even at the last minute of the game, you are still trying to. So it gives
In the same way.
in the
yes.
same way,
That
same
we-
tempo, same professionalism, same quality. Even the passing is still at the highest level.
Yes,
You can see that there is no dropping of heads.
What happened in the World Cup is exactly what I was expecting that would happen in the team in the final of the Champions League. Because when you reach such stage, it's time for the players to show the extra that they can put, to put the levels of concentration in the maximum, to bring something that, so we should highlight everything that we did. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we were strong enough to recover from it
Yeah,
and
that
finish
was
the
big.
World Cup in that level. And it's beautiful because we heard many people saying Mamelodi, others saying Sundowns in the wrong way, but in the end, people were saying
Starting to
Mamelodi Sundowns
Yeah.
or just Sundowns.
Yeah. That
So
was the word.
that is clear, and everybody wanted a shirt from us. I got people, the commentators from Spain, from France, from England, sending me messages,
Yeah.
wanting to speak, wanting to know more about the club,
Yeah.
wanting to know about what is Shushan and Piano, what
Yeah.
is the style of
I remember I
game,
saw-
where we come from,
Yeah.
what is the Mamelodi neighborhood where we were born, the history of the club, and it's beautiful for
Yeah.
me in this position to try to share
The knowledge.
the all the story that was built for so many people, so many coaches, so many
continue.
players, and the continuity that, despite I'm Portuguese, I can also give to this, and that makes me absolutely
Yeah.
absolutely proud.
And look, Coach, now we're moving away. I mean, as we said, new season, expectations. expectations. I will say expectations because of the expectations, of course, will come from
Set
what
the
you have
standard.
done up to this far, and we don't forget. But expectation within yourself, expectation with what you see. What can you give us?
Look, first of all, it's important people to know that we live in peace. We live a lot in peace inside the club. What it means is that we know the demands that we have, but we trust each other so that we can be in the highest level. Obviously, that the demands is to win, and people want to win everything. And the club has been winning a lot in
Past years.
well, in the last years, in the last decades. I know the story. I know the what happened. I know everything. I'm perfectly identified. And after these 8 months, I also think that people should trust that we can continue that story and that legacy. We are on the height of that legacy, because also, despite. In the beginning, people were saying that maybe Coach Miguel's style is not exactly Sundowns style. It's absolutely wrong. Because I was in Portugal for a long time considered as a coach that was maybe too much romantic on the way
All right.
I think the game.
Ole Roman.
Understand? Because people like sometimes some more objectivity. People sometimes like some more direct game.
direct game,
People
yeah.
sometimes like some more speed. And people don't like being under pressure on the build-up and still try to do it. But I was this kind of coach there. If people go back on my first professional work in 𝐏𝐢𝐭𝐜𝐡, that we made the 5th position historically on the championship, that team is known not only by the results but by the style of game it was playing.
Identification.
And it's fantastic because if you go back there and you see that team playing, you say, wow. So Miguel Cardoso's style has a lot to do with our way of playing. So there's no conflict, or ever was. So I think that in the moment we are absolutely ready to give continuity to this, to oppose to the level of the opponents and keep moving forward in the way we want all to move forward. Obviously, that also people need to know that sometimes there are matches where we need to be very clever on the approach we do. Mostly on the Champions League matches. Sometimes you need to be very clever on the approach you do, because the other teams also level they can level
up.
the quality they have. And you see that already on the preparation for the World Cup, how much was invested by the top teams in Africa, preparing already the next season. We are in the right way. We are moving in the right way, not rushing, but trying to make the right choices so that we also become stronger year after year. But we need to become stronger looking down and up and out. What I mean is looking to the players we have and develop them, looking to the youngsters and develop them with patience, because sometimes you need patience to develop them, but in the right moment they will appear. We trust them. And also looking out by who can come in to reinforce us in the right way, not just bringing numbers, but bringing the right players.
The right quality.
And then work very hard. Work very hard. We don't have a lot of time to work, but so we need to make it the right way, invest a lot. And I'm very happy with this week that we are about to finish, because there was a very, very, very positive energy, a lot of intensity in the work we did. We even cancelled some training sessions, cancelling the double training session on the day, because what we were getting out of one was so important that it was perfect. Let's just be like this, let's come tomorrow and repeat. So, and that excitation will have to have transfer for the beginning of the season.
Also, it speaks to the level of players that you have.
Absolutely.
Players are able to execute what's being required from them, and saying this is what we want. We want at this speed, at this intensity that you deliver, because they also understand that their duty as a player playing for Mamelodi Sundowns, myself, I need to know my duty to make everybody's role easy. As I tell Sugar, you know, when everybody understands their roles, playing as a 10 plays, a 6 plays, a defender, if I master that, it makes the job completely, not completely to a point of that, yes, you will have challenges, but you bring yourself closer
easier
to excellence.
There's an expression I like a lot, because people usually say, when the team is in shape, performing, and they say, physically when the team is capable, and I think always differently. I think the team is in shape when all the players think the same things at the same time.
The thinking.
And because that connects us. Because we know that when we think the same things at the same time, we're going to play the same football. Everybody will be under the same thoughts every play. And of course, then in a base of physicality that the game has and demands. But if we make it, then we'll go more close to what we want to be, and that will for sure be reflected on results.
I like how you say that when all players think the same thing at the same time. Just before we wrap up, I was actually excited when you even mentioned the integration of the younger ones. When you say this about being in sync, it reminds me of what happened in USA, whereby in the last few minutes, Coach Fabio, he says we need to put in 𝐏𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. In a game like that, and it's where you see that we think the same thing at the same time. So someone brings in a solution. It might not be like he says. He may be the one in front, but there is someone who comes with also a mindset to say the team needs this right now, and it's in sync. And you're bringing a young 𝐏𝐤𝐿 where nobody expects him, and then he comes up with an assist immediately. You can see that indeed it's in sync and it's at the same time.
It's absolutely important. Today in the breakfast, Mabena came to me and said, "Coach, I need you to sit with me and discuss some things because I need to really understand some of the details you are putting in." And it's normal.
It's nice.
This is the building, because we are building. It's a time of construction. I always put on the door of my office, I write construction zone, because we are under construction permanently. Permanently. When you reach a point, you continue and you continue.
Doesn't stop.
And it's absolutely true also that I don't work alone. People around me, Coach Steve, Coach Fabio, Coach Pedro, the analysts, the performance people, Kennedy, they bring insights on me that are very important. We discuss absolutely everything, and then we make decisions together. Even in the games, sometimes I sit, we listen from upstairs. Who is in the highest point looking the game can bring insights. Sometimes we don't succeed on the options, but most of them I think we did well. And that moment was clearly Fabio telling me, "Miguel, maybe we need 𝐏𝐤𝐿, it's time to put him in." And first moment I said, "Wait a little bit more." And then I said, "Fabio, now it's the time." Because sometimes there's also the feeling from the coach, it's time, now that it's the time. And fantastically that the boy gave us that goal, because it put us in a more comfortable position, despite we didn't win the match, but it brought a little bit more of
integrity.
Yes, because I think we deserved minimum to draw that match.
100%.
Consider that we made mistakes that also gave goals and we should be penalized by them. But minimum we should have made the draw on that match. 100%. And that would have taken us probably to the next level of the competition.
Yeah, well, Coach, thank you for your time. I mean, lastly, man, in closing, I want you to just give the confidence to our football supporters, our yellow nation, just to give them that support, that feeling that you're talking about, that we are all in this one.
Look, our people I say it our people, because I could say other way. I could say the Sundowns people is my people, but it's not like that. It's our people is my people.
Yes.
And I try to be close to them as much as possible. And I feel very proud because of that. It was so beautiful to see my son in USA singing and dancing in the middle of all Masandawana. Absolutely fantastic.
With the drum and
absolutely. And he's sending me videos by singing and jumping and things. I said, wow, that's it I want. I want to leave South Africa. I want to leave Mamelodi Sundowns until the last drop. I want my family to leave it also. And because I have to live in the same time I coach. Otherwise, one day I will not have life and just coach all my life. And the redemption time will come for everybody. And I want always to have the sense that I lived fully my life where beautiful. I am. And being close to the people allows me exactly to do it more and more and more. So thank you very much for the Masandawana family. Thank you very much for all of them. And I hope, because I'm sure also that we will multiply the support. We need that support. Big challenges ahead. The fixtures are hard, but we count on you. We count on you a lot.
We count on you. We count on you a lot. We count on you a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. It's us, the podcast.
Pitchside Podcast.